Alright, welcome back to another episode of Octopath Traveler 2. Today we're gonna be doing the final two flames, hopefully. So let's head over to Ku, and I think Ku's the closest one. Yeah, Ku's the closest one. So we'll just go ahead and do that. So I switched out my party. Now I have Agnia, Hikari, Temenos, and Throne. This is a much more, well, it's more damage heavy because of Hikari. Temenos is no slouch either in the damage department.
Come and get me.
Meanwhile, we have
Prepare
Agni and
yourself.
Throne as just really solid supporters. So a lot more binary than the other group, I would say, but it should overall be okay.
Here I come.
I probably
Ready?
should have. Yeah, Hikari with this group, especially at night, is also really, really nice because I can, if I do have to fight anything, Enervating Slash, with all the buffs on Hikari, is really, really solid. Throne
Come
can
and get me.
naturally. Ooh.
It's my turn now.
Throne can lower their defenses. So yeah, and Agnia is just a really, really strong supporter in general. Here we go. It's definitely dark.
Time to clean up the filth.
Well, we
Where
don't
was
really
I?
want to. We just want to run. We're high level enough that I feel like we should not be troubled. Okay, it's this way. Oh, come on.
I suggest you get out of my way.
All right.
Yeah, fighting at night here, I also realized that you don't want to step ahead because it basically makes it so that the your enemies don't have to worry about the blind at all, pretty much.
I'll do what I must.
Where was I?
I'll just run. The only thing I have to kind of be careful about is that Agnia. Well, I could put full power on Agnia, but I just need to be careful of. I don't have an
Let
SP
the show
battery
begin.
here compared to the
My
other
turn.
group. The other group has Casti, who could always SP battery pretty easily. This group does not exactly have that. This group is much more
Shall we?
hit and run heavy, I would say.
Now it begins.
No SP like giver or anything. The other group has Particio and all that. I think I'm going the right way.
Do be
Honestly, I'm
gentle.
just kind of like following my instinct here in terms of
Alright.
where I'm going. We've been here before to do Mika's next chapter. Is it? No, it was we came here before to do the cross paths. That's what it was. Here it is. Oh, no fight.
I suggest you get out of my way.
My turn.
Okay, I mean, simple enough, I guess. Statue of Sealteach, Lady of Grace. Yep, okay, that's the same thing. Brand Thunderblade. Okay. Shiny Mirror. What do we have?
It was hope that drove me to live, to survive. Drove me away from death's clutches, to guide others along the same path. But hope. Hope was a mistake. There is nothing worth living for. Nothing in this cruel, unsightly world. There is no dawn worth waiting for.
I think I know that voice. Yes, it is.
What would you give to see the morrow, Lord Ageha?
Kazan.
Okay, how was Mugen's right-hand man, I believe?
Why did you betray us? You lifted up Lord Mugen to the throne, then you tore him down from it.
An eagle must hide his talons. It was the only way to catch my true quarry. The Dark Blood Blade.
Oh, that was the thing that Mugen wielded.
The sacred treasure of Clan Ku. Not an easy thing to steal. Not so long as Mugen stood in my way. So I cut him down.
Specifically, you use Hikari to cut him down.
With Hikari's sword.
You? What are you?
For years I have hidden my intentions from Ku. My very name. But now you shall know it. Oboro.
Oboro.
All I did to prevent the tide of darkness that waits on the morrow from reaching us. Within this blade slumbers the power of the shadow.
The two people that did transform used these things. We learned from Ori's journal. Caldina got transformed because of the Book of Night, and Mugen transformed because of this sword, the Dark
Power
Blood
to
Blade.
quench the flames. However, such a feat cannot be accomplished without a sacrifice.
Which is to be a Ageha.
The accursed blood of Darkest. If not for its taint, we may have seen a desert free from the stain of crimson. And now, I end this. Hikari. Goodbye, old friend. This world's end calls to me. Soon, you shall have the world you envisioned. A world without bloodshed. For oblivion shall bring peace.
Wait, so where'd Kazan go then? The third sacred flame burns anew. Kazan. Mugen's rebellion. The raising of the city. Even my ascent to the throne. Were they all just more of your plots? Were we all just playing into your hands? How many of my friends died because of you? Hikari. Ever since I was a child, I spoke with him about the future I envisioned. A future without bloodshed. Were our ideals so different? Why did he do this? He aims to bring an end to the world. We have to stop him. Together. We will. We'll lead everyone toward the dawn. That's it for this flame, huh? That was a fast one. I was expecting a fight or something because it's Hikari, but... Also, I guess now I know why we can't just fast travel to the church. It's all for this. All for this moment. Oh yeah, here we go.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Oh, was this supposed to be the last place? I guess if I came here earlier, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
But this smell, it's the scent of humans. They're frightened. Hiding.
With all the shadow monsters
Someone's
around, I
coming.
don't blame them.
Mint,
Oh no.
Is that you, Temenos? Out for a stroll in a place like this? You always did have the habit of sticking your nose in places it doesn't belong.
A friend of yours, Temenos?
Not anymore, apparently.
in a manner of speaking, but something's odd.
You failed to see what was in front of you. The shadow is ever by thy side.
Just what are you? This is an inquisition. Refuse to answer and...
Attempting to conquer others with threats of violence will always fail. Those who are subdued by strength cannot help but rebel. To conquer them, truly conquer them, you must subjugate their hearts and minds. Hearken to the shadows in their hearts.
What are you talking about?
People are desperate for a place to belong. Give it to them, and they cannot bear to live anywhere else. And then, their hearts and minds are yours. Their hearts and minds? Humans are foolish by their very nature. Centuries pass, and yet they remain the same.
Bold words for someone so young.
I don't think she's as young as she appears.
Surrender yourself not unto silent dusk,
For the light shall fade.
fade. And soon, night shall fall.
the teachings of the Moonshade Order. No, it can't be.
Since you are so dogged in your search for the truth, allow me to help you. My true name is Arcanette,
There we go.
and I am the leader of the Moonshade Order. The same order that slaughtered the Call. All so that I could steal the flame.
That's impossible. The massacre of the Call was decades ago, and the Moonshade Order's origins are older still.
She's immortal. Like Claude.
It's not impossible. There are old souls out there that hide behind youthful faces.
Thanks to Caldina's efforts, the Book of Night is now in my possession. That girl was so eager to be a puppet. She didn't realize the strings were held by her sworn enemy.
The Pontiff knew who you were. He was going to tell me, but his life was cut short.
By you,
I
specifically.
hoped you would be more stricken. How dull. Such has ever been your nature. Your face always a placid mask. But I suppose it matters not. This world's end draws nigh.
That staff.
Once, long ago, night was invited into the world. But a loathsome few drove it away. Those events will not repeat themselves again.
You stole the futures of untold innocence.
Did I? Then you should thank me. This world is cruel, monstrous, with not a single mote of joy to be found amongst the misery. Don't you see? Roy, Pontiff Jorg. Yes, and even Crick.
Okay, now you've gone too far.
They knew the beauty of a dawn that would never come.
Quiet. I won't allow you to sully their names with such blasphemy. You will answer for your sins, Arcanette. And I'll ensure the world they hoped for comes to pass.
At last, Temenos' mask falls off.
Okay.
What a grand old stage!
Against
It's my
Mint.
turn now.
Arcanette, sorry. Well then. She moves kind of slow. We don't exactly have any like great things here, but
Ah!
we can just go ahead and start with
This is what. Ah!
we could just start with good old springy boots. Like I could just go ahead and latent power springy boots, or I can do this, latent power Akar's coil. That will also give 2 BP to everyone. I think we just go ahead and springy boots. Ensure that we always go first. Actually, with our speed, I probably don't need it. Yep, okay. So I think we go ahead and just try to break her first.
Forgive me.
My turn.
We're gonna start off with 6-fold strike for you, Hikari. Just so that we get any,
You're in for it. You've been exposed.
only 2, okay.
My turn.
I could just like hold trap actually. You probably are much more of a magic damage dealer, is what I would assume. So let's go ahead and just test out. Actually, I'm gonna item here. I'm gonna try out the light soul stone. See if she's weak to light. She's not weak to
Where
light.
was
Got
I?
it. So cleric skills is not gonna be super helpful. I'm just gonna analyze. And that should be fine.
Let's have a look.
Through 135,000.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
Aha,
What to
I
do?
see. I see how it is. Okay, she is slow, so like she's always going last, it looks like. Hikari's staff attack should do massive damage and get rid of those bottom ones. You go before, so yeah, we're gonna
You're
keep her
open.
defenses down.
Time to... Yeah.
I'm gonna Windy Refrain, doesn't need to happen yet. Gonna Lion Dance
Lion
Hikari.
dance.
Mine.
Gonna go ahead and Sentencing Gavel. Should do
How's
plenty.
Where was
500.
I?
Yep, okay, that at least got it to yellow, which is nice. Go ahead and
Ah!
I want to save.
Low, frigid winds.
That's fine. Oh, you can.
And soon night shall fall.
Okay, that's not great.
Now it begins.
That is not great at all. We might be in trouble. Because we can't break her, I don't think. We have to get rid of that thing first, but that's gonna be rough.
I'll keep my friends safe.
Sogetsu-sen could be a nice one. Lower HP. I think we frenzied fire.
Allow me.
Oh, that didn't do as much damage as I was
Time to
hoping.
shine. You won't want to miss this.
Actually, I don't need to do that.
I can do whatever I set my mind to.
Sealed Seduction could be kind of interesting here. Because that means I can get Hikari to hit everyone with some of his more basic skills. I'm thinking. Temenos needs to attack. Let's just try to figure out the... Okay, daggers
What to
work.
do? Sorry, but I won't hold back.
Actually, can I disguise real quick? That could be interesting. 2 turns, but that'll mean it actually realistically is just 1 turn. We do need to be
Playtime is
careful
over.
here. Yeah, no matter what, she's gonna get to attack. There's nothing I can do there. What I'm gonna do is, just in case, I'm
Wait.
gonna shackle foe.
Very well. This
Make it so that
ends
her
now,
damage is not as strong, and we just go ahead and light up the place.
Blaze on, oh sick. Is that the spot?
Oh, that lowers my BP. Okay, that's good to
Ready?
know. Okay, there goes that.
Give up.
That's
Agnia.
fine. Agnia's fine. She's gonna latent power Akar's coil. Yeah, she's gonna latent power Akar's coil. That'll get us BP back. Temenos is gonna start the setup. Hikari, you are going to start Can I get... two times? Yes, let's do that.
Axe of the Lionheart.
It isn't. Together now.
Yes, Akar's Coil. This will get me up pretty
This should
nicely.
make it all better.
To repent,
Temenos is gonna Elephant's Wisdom himself.
Aliphat. Impart your wisdom. With
Into
I'll
Gracious.
turn you to ice.
Time to shine.
We'll survive one more, I think. So, Agnia, Hikari's gonna get her down to 1. So what I want Agnia to do is actually Lion Dance Hikari.
Lion dance.
My turn.
Armor Corrosive. Just
You're
ensure
open.
that her defense is completely down. That's completely
Here I
fine.
come.
Attack you once.
Time to shine.
It's time to break.
Skill. I fight for my friends.
Here we go, Hikari. I'm thinking Brand's Blade it. Just for as much damage as possible here. It's either Brand's Blade or I go for a Conqueror's Sword. Because it's the longer the charge, the more potent the attack. I can also do Throne's Latent Power to get to disguise and do another boost onto Temenos. And that will get me a good amount of things. So yeah, let's do that.
My
Good.
turn. Watch me.
Disguise as Temenos.
Ta-da.
Oh, Diva, I won't back down.
We can then go ahead and cleric skill. Ilfric Blessing onto Hikari.
Elfric, the Flamebringer, I need you to work. I won't back down.
Scholar skill, Glacius Claudaire.
I'll turn you to ice.
Okay, Hikari, let's see your damage.
Sword of the Conqueror.
54,000.
My turn.
Only at maximum boost, that's fine. Just go for yeah, just go for a Lion's
Axe of
Heart.
the Lionheart.
That's another 20,000.
Now then. You won't want to miss this.
Peacock Strut onto
Peacock
Temenos.
strut.
Very well.
Throne gets another turn as Temenos. What she is going to do is she is going to simply actually use an energizing pomegranate
Here
onto
you go.
Hikari so that he can Brand's
Oh
Blade.
dear.
Temenos, you are going to just Glacius
I'll
Claudaire.
turn you to ice.
My turn. I'll
And
end this.
Hikari, you will end this. This will be over. Brand's Blade 100% KOs here, I'm pretty sure.
I summon Brand. Who's next?
Yep.
There's no need for flattery.
Yeah, this
rust
team
my
this
soul.
team is built all around like buffing Hikari, and Temenos there is an extra. That's literally all this team is.
So we arrive at this moment. Are you truly so desperate to see the dawn? I see now that the Pontiff was not the true threat. It was you, Temenos. You, a dagger sharpened to a razor's edge. Claude's masterwork.
Wait. Wait. I just realized the white hair.
I can see it.
Is Claude also
the collar
Temenos'
around
father?
that thin neck of yours.
A collar?
You
I never
will
saw it,
never be free.
but now I do. Yeah, because I can kind of see Piro
Even
in
if I fall here,
Temenos.
nothing will end. And there, always near. Soon, night shall fall.
Farewell, Mint. Your days of meddling are over.
Soon night shall fall.
Claimed by the shadow, I assume.
From the looks of it, it already has.
You okay, Temenos?
If this isn't night, then
There's more work to be done. Let me see if I can... Can I heal at an inn, please? Hi. Just, you know, get all my, stuff back. Thank you. We need to relight the torch. Well, there's monsters here again, though. It's kind of annoying. Maybe? Maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Cool. I would have expected that this would override the side quest that cleared the monsters, but I guess that's not the case. Huh, there's something... Ah, we should have... Aber, Prince of Thieves. I wonder if we could interact with these before. Because we've seen these statues, I just never... Tansy. Did you write this? Odner asked. I immediately ripped the book out of his grasp, and he shrank back a little, surprised at my strength. I can't believe he of all people have gotten his hands on my hidden script. Odner had been acting from a young age and was already doing quite well for himself. I, too, had longed for the stage since I was a child, but ended up working at my parents' candle shop instead. Even so, I hadn't been able to give up on writing. It became my secret pastime. I hadn't shown anyone my scripts, though I'm afraid that their response would confirm just how talentless I was. I screwed my eyes shut in embarrassment, preparing myself for the ridicule of my silly script, but... Would you mind if I performed this? He asked. I let out a strange gasp, completely caught off guard. It would be a shame not to. Why don't we show it off at the next Festival of Grace? Though taken aback by the proposal, I was overjoyed to know that someone appreciated my writing. I nodded in agreement and decided to make it a performance to remember. Despite it being Odner's idea, I realized I was even more excited than he was. I began composing musical scores for the show. I love you, Mary. Those words caused my heart to race and my hands on the harp to stop. What's wrong? Odner asked as he peered into my face with concern. I realized that he no longer looked like that brat who tormented me with insects in our youth. Still, I knew that the words he spoke were not his own. I had been the one to write them after all. Half a month before the Festival of Grace, his performance was all but perfect. Couldn't help but wonder when he found the time to practice after his normal work was through. I, on the other hand, was struggling to think of a fitting ending to the script and worked late into the night. Unable to ignore my struggles, Odner pulled me away from my desk and whisked me away into the town late at night. The gods are all ours now, right now, he told me as we snuck into an empty church. Not long after, I was struck by inspiration, perhaps by the grace of the sacred flame. Odner watched quietly as word upon word flowed from the tip of my pen. By the time it was finished, dawn was breaking. As Odner read my script, his face was more serious than ever, and my heart pounded in my chest, though not out of nervousness. Once he finished, he smiled softly. "Will you marry me?" he asked. And I let out another strange gasp. Had I written that line? No. This time, those words were Odner's own. His proposals always had a way of bringing me unrivaled joy. My heart warmed at the sight of his smile and the thought of performing the script we had written together. How I wished that happiness would last us a lifetime. Alas, I watched as the clerics carried his casket, and sobs in the air filled the air around me. I laid him to rest with our script and his beloved yellow flowers. No, I thought to myself, this was not the ending I had envisioned. The day after finishing the script, I woke up to find my love cold beside me. According to the apothecary, Odner's heart has failed him. I wondered if work was to blame. Why hadn't I noticed? I killed him. I pushed him too hard. It was my fault. All my fault. Unable to bear the guilt, I pushed his death from my mind and carried on as usual. But whenever I remembered my beloved, I clenched my jaws so hard I thought my teeth would break. One day, I found myself in front of a church, the same place Odner and I swore to our love to each other, and a single cleric came to speak with me. Sadness is something that builds up inside us. Holding it in will do nothing but destroy you, she told me. Please, let it out. You don't need to endure it any longer. Moved by her warmth, I spoke of everything I had buried deep inside of me. She listened to every word and, at the end, embraced me gently. All of my guilt and sadness were washed away by her kindness. Then, one day, my feelings for Odner disappeared, and all that was left was her. One day, I saw her with another woman, and feared that she would leave me. Knowing I had to secure my place in her world, I told her I would do anything she asked of me. She smiled gently as a response and said, "I want you to find the blue flames, wherever they may be in this world." I left on my journey soon thereafter. My parents cried and tried to stop me, but I pushed them away. Unfortunately, I barely knew the area outside my own home, let alone the whole world. Not long ago, I met with a traveling trope. They claimed to be bringing smiles to every corner of the realm, so I joined them. And I remember now. She's an Agnia story. She's the scriptwriter for the group. I remember now. I didn't realize who this was. Oh, I see. And the search began. That's how I found it. The blue flame she was looking for. It was on an isle at the edge of the world. I could only imagine how pleased she'd be. I was sure she would let me stay at her side. Oh, how I adore Sister Mint. Oh, the manipulative. I love you, Tansy, she said. Her warm voice and words reverberated in my head. She then handed me an old tome called the Book of Night and recommended that I read it, so I did, right then and there. It was the story of a people who did not long to see the dawn. I'd never read such an incredible tale before. As I looked up from its pages, she smiled at me. I realized there was no greater happiness than to be reading a wonderful book and seeing Sister Mint smile. In my mind, no brighter dawn await. Yes, I have no need for the dawn. It can all end herein. So Tansy was the sacrifice. Tansy was a sacrifice for this one. We're gonna see Mint kill Tansy, aren't we?
Wake up, Tansy.
Oh, that manipulative.
Night has come. Wake up, Tansy. Night has come.
Sister Mint? Oh, I fell asleep without realizing it.
Do not worry. You must have been quite tired. You traveled far to see my wish granted.
Sister Mint, I mean, Goddess. I would do anything if it brought me closer to you.
Your devotion is moving. You have gone far beyond my every expectation, and must be rewarded.
Rewarded?
I love you, Tansy.
Huh? It's so dark. Where am I? What? My body?
Pathetic child, oblivious until the very end. But this is what you wanted, is it not? It's not as if you desired to see the dawn. The sacred flames have been snuffed out. Surrender yourself not unto silent dusk, for the light shall fade. And soon the world shall know the joy of a dawn that never comes. All who stand in my way shall be cast aside. I shall root out the travelers and bury that wretched mirror beneath the earth, that it may never enkindle the flames again.
Well, that failed. We've rekindled the flames. I want to do the travelers. There we go. The 4 flames burn. The light of the sacred flame indicated the southwest direction. Oh, is there not a travel banter? Somewhere here. I assume this is where the final boss is. So actually, we're gonna end it here. I'm actually gonna end this here. I'm gonna go to the new Delsta Harbor just to save. But I am actually gonna end this here, a bit of a shorter episode. I'm gonna save, do my last preparations, maybe go buy some... I don't think I actually need to buy anything. Yeah, I don't really need to buy anything, assuming this is the final boss. Yeah, we're good. So I'm gonna end this here, because I assume after I beat the final boss, there's gonna be an epilogue and credits, so that'll take a little bit. So a bit of a shorter episode, but we have rekindled the 4 sacred flames. Now all that's left is to go to this place and see what awaits us. I will see you then.